ounce bag of pretzels costs $1.80. If the unit price stays the same, how much does a 35-ounce bag of pretzels cost? There are a couple ways to do this. How many of you set up a unit price and figured out how much each ounce costs? So a couple of you did. I'm going to show you a different way, but your way is completely fine, as long as you got the same answer. I'm going to set up a proportion. So I'm going to say, well, if 15 ounces, remember OZ is ounces, goes with $1.80, based on my proportion, I already know what my other labels are going to be. What are my other labels going to be? You don't even have to read. You can just look at what I wrote, and you should automatically know your other labels. Yep, and what goes where? You got it. All right, let's plug in what we know. If the unit price stays the same, how much does a 35-ounce bag of pretzels cost? What do we know? Do we know the ounces or the dollars? The ounces, and it's 35. So how many dollars? Do we know? No. So what do? I have a fraction equals a fraction. How do I solve it? Not cross simplify, cross multiply. Cross simplify if there's no equal sign, cross multiply if there is one. So we'll cross multiply. 15 times x is 15x. What is $1.80 times 35? 63. Divide both sides by 15. X equals $4.20. Good. It'll say 4.2. And you did a great job first adding your label. Thank you for that. And we know our label because if it was X dollars and X equals this, it's in dollars. And that doesn't look like money. How do we make it look like money? Add a zero. So, like you said, $4.20.
Is it okay that I did it as 15 colon $1.80 equals is equivalent to 5 ounces is 2x, as long as it's like that?
Technically, the answer is yes. However, as we get into more complex proportions, that's going to be really confusing looking. I'd really prefer that you set it up in fractions rather than using the colon.
Okay.
However, there is technically nothing wrong with it.
Okay, because I work better with colon.
I understand that, but eventually we're going to get to some things where it won't make sense, and I'll show you that later.
Okay.
All right, number 2. Jacob can type 186 words in 3 minutes.
Wow.
Good on you. How many words can he type in 7 minutes? How many of you found the unit rate and then multiplied by 7? You would have lost most of the points on the problem if that's what you chose to do. Can someone tell me why you would lose points if you chose to do it that way? No, I'm saying if you found a unit rate then multiplied by 7. Why would you lose points if you did it that way? Read the directions. What does it say we need to do? It says set up a proportion. We have to set up a proportion or we will lose points. The directions tell us that. So again, I'm going to put the 186 words, and that's directly connected to the 3 minutes. Again, I'm just going to carry my labels over. So words go up top, minutes go below, and what do I know? Well, I know the 7 minutes. So it's going to go by the minutes, and I don't know how many words. Again, cross multiply. I'm left with 3x equals, can someone tell me what 7 times 186 is?
That would be, isn't it 443?
443. Can we verify that? Because that doesn't seem right to me.
No.
Because I see almost 200 times 7. I think it's going to be a different number.
1,302?
1,302 sounds more correct.
Okay, I had 434 words in it. And now I realize
Then we divide by 3, and we get x equals 434.
I got that, and
And what is our label?
words a minute.
Words per minute. Good.
That's what I got, but I set it up differently. I had 2 fractions.
Remember, we need to set up a proportion. It very specifically says that. So we have to be careful there. All right, the distance between 2 cities on a map is 5 inches. The map was drawn using the scale shown below. 1 inch equals 360 miles.
How many times is that?
What is the actual distance in miles between the 2 cities? Set up a proportion to solve for the missing number. Now, when we're dealing with proportions, we're always looking for things that go together, and we're trying to keep them together. What do we know goes together because it's in the scale? Look at the scale. It goes together. What goes together? I circled it, so now it's the... I can raise my hand because I told you. Yes? Yeah, 1 inch over 360 miles. So I just carry my labels over. Inches over miles. Okay, what do I know? The distance between the 2 cities on a map is 5 inches. So 5 over x. Cross multiply. 1 times x is x. 360 times 5 is?
That would be 1,800.
1,800? 1,800 what?
Miles.
Miles, because that's where the x is, miles. And number 4. Harlem can get 150 V-Bucks for $5.50. Jordan can get 435 V-Bucks for $22.75. Who got the better deal? We know they're really cheaper than that. Show all work and explain why. So, this is a unit rate problem. So, let me show you what I would do, and then I'm going to write in a different color to show you another acceptable answer. I think it's easier to compare who got more V-Bucks per dollar spent. That's what I would do. So I would do V-Bucks over dollars. Those would be my labels. So now let's plug it in. So this is Harlem's side. This is Jordan's side. So Harlem got 150 V-Bucks for $5.50. Jordan got 435 for $22.75. And now we just divide. So, what is 150 divided by 550? You guys have calculators, you should be able to do this.
27.27.
So 27.27. That's V-Bucks per dollar. And what did Jordan get? 435 divided by 22.75.
Oh, I can have my 19.12.
19.12 V-Bucks per dollar. So who got the better deal?
Jordan.
Jordan got 19 V-Bucks for every single dollar he spent. Harlem got 27 V-Bucks for every dollar he spent.
Wait, Harlem did.
Harlem got the better deal because he got more V-Bucks for every dollar he spent. And that's exactly what we say. Harlem got the better deal because he got more V-Bucks per dollar. Did any of you have this flipped? You did 550 over 150 and 2275 over 435? That's fine. You can still get the right answer. Can you tell me what you got for Harlem side when you did that?
3 cents per V-Buck.
So you got $0.03 per V-Buck,
Yeah.
which is the same. You're right. And then what did you get for Jordan?
0.05 per V-Buck.
So it's dollars per V-Buck. So now let's look to see who got the better deal. So for every V-Buck they spent, for Harlem it was 3 cents, and for Jordan it was 5 cents. Who got the better deal?
Harlem by 2 cents.
Harlem, because by 2 cents per V-Buck.
Yeah.
For every V-Buck, he spent 2 cents less. So you can do it both ways. You just have to make sure you understand your label. That way you can answer the question. Does that make sense to everybody?